Top of morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku was the Silent Hill. Basically from the video game thing. So, or I was gonna name it the Silent Whisperer thing, but I was like, he doesn't even talk through this what if. So, him and the basically that thing around his neck, the one dark grayish color, other than white, or other than light gray color. The dark gray color, her collar, isn't like a shock collar. It's a talking, hinking collar. Basically, yeah. So, he's the, yeah. So, and I am also adding zooming into this what if, so yes. It's going to be a little bit scary one, so I tried my best. So, now let's begin. Zuko and Zumi were born. So they were growing up, of course, until age of 4. And Zuko, and Zumi went to the quirk doctor. And the quirk doctor looks at Zumi first, tells her that she has a quirk of fire manipulation. Okay? And, yeah. Then he lies to Zuko, or he turns to Zuko and tells him that he doesn't have quirk. Clearly, he has a quirk, but But in this alternate timeline, Inko has the power, has a quirk that, she has 2 quirks. That one of them takes away voices, and the other is to attract. So basically, Zuko. So then, after the quirk doctor visit thing, doctor's office, they go home, and of course, Inko decided to straight up take away his voice. And yeah. But Zuko had a power of infinity and 0, and one of the parts of one of the parts of having the 0 is that all the ghosts, like what you see on him, there's a gray ghost with red eyes, green ghost with blue eyes, and one with, there's a blue ghost with gray eyes. So yeah, he ends up so because his power uses him to get control. So he's so silent that even where's that Zuko at? So he's always by himself. And yeah. So yeah. one day he went into a haunted house because he ran away from home. And he stumbled upon a girl, a ghost girl. Oh, that was about, yeah. And she was, of course, dead. She didn't like, yeah. She ends up telling him that she knew who it, or she knew that the people, or there was a villain that, well, she wants Zuko to kill, as he says, or as he nods his head. As she understands, because she knows that Inko, or Zuko's mother, took away his voice. So, as he goes over, because she knew exact location, as a villain was like, was there, and says, this young kid, or you're a young kid, so get lost. As he stops before he even said kid, and as he could see the ghost of that, yeah. As Zuko puts out his hand and not, or he puts, or he kinks his arm back as he comes in full sprint and right at and the villain. And yeah, the villain was murdered. Yeah. So, and she basically still hangs around with him because because she knows that her or his power is like permanently always on. So, yeah. So, but he sits in the corner with like sitting position because his powers did activate when he was 5 years old. Home. And yeah. So it still haunts him as that villain that he killed, the ghost looks at him, and because he zero power is also sucking out the negative of the ghost, like basically, yeah. You ever had a ghost that was basically like not being like full regret of what they did when they were alive? Well, with Zuko's power is taking all the ghost's regrets into himself. That's why, and he's, yeah. So, but the young man, so the prototype of a collar was invented and then a full release thing. So he grabs a full release and wears it around his neck. As the ghosts that possess his body can talk through it. And yeah. So, yeah. And if you're wondering, why didn't I just make the What If Battles number 3? Or, yeah. Because I feel like I want to add more. Because I really want to add more characters, like more what ifs into this storyline before I. Yeah. So Zuko and this young girl shares the same bond. And her ghostly parents that were murdered, or actually, her mother got murdered, but her father is still alive. So, yeah, and yeah, she basically her mother and her father, or no, her mother and her were basically, and you know what their father is? Not an endeavor. I almost said an endeavor, but no. It's, let's say, Dead Arms. Or no, let's say it was some random pro hero. Oh. As the, yeah. So he basically did train a lot. He got, like, yeah. So basically, her mother's regret was they didn't call him. So, and plus with Zuko's power as he looks at the dead guys as dead body thing that he killed, there was a phone that was at 91%. So he grabs the phone as he, because Zuko has the power to, so yeah. So he basically used special thing as the dead girls, or I'll just say one of the ghost girl, or spirits one, like possessed the phone, and so it randomly called home. And so the ghost, or so the pro hero is like, huh, hello? As his, as she, or as he recognizes the voice, because he knew that they died, but somehow, so then basically, they're like, wait, where are you at? Just relax, we took care of the villain. Nolan is of a man. Okay? Okay. So then, yeah. So the that pro hero goes over, or like walks back to his old place that he used to called home with his wife and child thing. But then the spirit knew that he was coming back, so he did, or so she asks him. She asks Zuko to decorate. So, as he says, or so the pro hero says, "Where are you at?" As a voice thing says, "I'm right here. Please don't laugh, because, yeah." But then, when he looks over at this young man, wait, you're the one that called? As the voice is on his collar, it says, "No, this is just his name is Zuko Midoriya, but the one that you really, please don't get freaked out." Don't repeat as, okay, where are you? As they see ghosts, or as a ghost, two ghosts appeared right behind Zuko. Oh, a young kid, and that's his daughter and his wife. As they could not, or he could not believe that, as he like starts tearing instead of like, yeah. So basically, yeah, a time skip, and more like ghosts shows up in Zuko's body. Her name. And he's doing it all. And yeah. So yeah, basically there was from all shapes and sizes. There was like ones that were like him, and then there's ones that were her. So he's basically acts like how Lemons is from Dead Mount, or Dead Play thing, yeah. So, yeah. So then the day came. So he was growing up, 15. And yeah. And so then Zumi was like, because she loves her brother so much, she didn't care if he was quirkless. But then yeah. So how long has this video been? Yeah. Okay, that's good. So basically Zuko, or so when Zumi finally caught up to him, she says, "There you are, brother. Where have you been? Where you were sick and..." Okay. And Zuko turns around. As he still can't talk. So Azumi forgot that her brother can't talk. come on. As when she touched him on his arm was ice cold. Like as couple as she sees what her brother's thing, as she sees a ghost right next to him, like what you see on your screen, like that. So yeah, basically, as Zumi here was shocked, not shot, shock on. As she's wondering what happened to, or she asks him, "What happened to you? Why are you acting like you're possessed by that ghost?" As a voice on his collar, or it was her voice, though not Zumi's, but the ghost girl's voice. I mean, that, yeah, as when she told him, or when she told Zumi that her brother had, or has a power of 0 and infinity. Azumi was that she could not believe that she has basically a gun, not gun, God, God, because some people, might hear that okay. So let's continue. So she thinks, or Zumi thinks, that she has a gun as her brother. Basically, her brother is more powerful than anyone that she ever knew. Because normally having a quirk is more common than having ability. That's rare. But having both is super rare. Or actually, legendary, or no, super legendary rare. To having 4 quirks. Or no, actually, 2 quirks, 2 abilities. Yeah. So, Zumi, yeah. Me was like, and she recognizes the power, and she could not believe, that that her own brother is the most powerfulest person in the world. So, as he sits down, um, like he did walk away, and he sat down in the corner, away from everybody. As Azumi was like, as she kind of felt bad for him. So then she walks back home. Of course, Inko was like, hey, Zumi, did you find your brother? Yeah, I did. But as he's like, or as she looks away, Zumi sits down with her and tells her that or actually she sat down and or she could not believe that, or she starts tearing up as Inko was like, what's wrong? As he says, with like her crying, we're all so blinded by seeing seeing the quirkless part, but we didn't imagine, or none of us imagined him having actual powers. What do you mean? He has the power of zero and infinity. When I walked up to him and tried to talk to him, like basically tap on his shoulder, his body became cold. And one thing that really scares me was his like, it was and he could not describe it as like as he says, or no, Zumi says, it's like he got possessed by a ghost when he has the power of zero and infinity. And Inko heard what her son has, she almost dropped a pan. But she turns around, or she did set it down. Then she turns around and says, wait, so you're saying your brother is possessed by ghosts? Huh? And because he has a power of zero and infinity? Oh boy. And we need to get to call Sashi or him. So Inhon calls Asashi. Let's say Asashi was doing his pro heroes stuff, and after he took care of a villain, and so he basically, when he answers and Zoom or Inko tells Asashi everything that Zuko might be the most powerfulest person in the world. As Asashi's laughing, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. As the I'm not kidding. Thing. The his yeah. So and she tells him that he had a yeah as a crime marine. Yeah. As a young green haired man walks right past Sashi. Or actually accidentally bumped into him. As Sashi got a cold shoulder, basically. And Zuko, as one of the pro heroes, looks over as he runs up to Zuko, about to put his hand on Zuko's shoulder, or he did, but it got cold. As yikes, this kid has a cold quirk or something. As he turns around, as Sashi says, "Huh, you must be," or "Hey son, what's up?" As a voice thing on his collar says, "Huh, nice to meet you." As Zuko's, they see a ghostly figure came out of Zuko's body as Asashi and pro heroes and the villains, even the citizens are like freaking out. As Asashi's like, wait, so Zuko, are you doing that? As she says, not him exactly, but his power, zero and infinity. Infinity. The one that, yeah. So there was a lot of ghosts, but I basically randomly rolled the dice on which ghost to have in the pictures. So, yeah. As he tells her, or no, so she tells Sashi that I know that when this host's mother did call you, and told you about the infinity and zero, all that is true. As Sashi's like, so, wait, hold on. And how did, as, and she basically looks over at Zuko, as Zuko looks at the ghost, as the ghost says, another one comes in, as he just nods his head. What do you mean? As Yeah. So then the voice randomly changes every, yeah. So, yeah. But somehow, he did meet the, or Zuko did meet the users of One for All, like first user all the way to before All Might, because they all are inside of his body. So yeah. So basically, Zuko, no, no, has like basically One for All. And they know him because he's just, yeah. So, yeah. Let's see how long. Okay, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna make part 2 after this video gets uploaded. So peace out, y'all. Peace.